Greetings, everyone. Pete here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Dream Setlist. This is the show we're doing each and every day throughout the month of March, taking some of our favorite bands and putting together that dream setlist, that great setlist that you would always have loved to see, perhaps at a venue that you know well, perhaps a venue you've never been to, you'd love to. This could be any era of any of these bands, any lineup, any batch of songs that you'd like to see them all play in one concert. It's as if the concert was specifically made for you. You were calling the shots. You had a chat with the band beforehand and said, guys, see these songs? I want you to play these tonight. All right. That's the deal here. All right. This is the set list that you always dreamed about. Now you can put it together and actually see it. If you could kind of go back in time or maybe forward in time, or whatever, right? It's totally up to you. You're creating the set list, right? So in the comments below, it's all about Genesis today. So I'm going to give you my dream set list for Genesis, and then I want everybody in the comments below to kind of put together what you would love to see from this band. So for this particular one, of course, I'm going to go back in time. You guys know me pretty well, right? I'm a huge fan of the early era of the band, that classic lineup of Tony Banks, Michael Rutherford, Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, and Steve Hackett. That's the sweet spot for me when it comes to Genesis. So what I would love to see, all right, I'm going to go all the way back to the Selling England by the Pound tour, 1974. Of course, that album came out in late 1973. So we're looking at probably like the late winter, early spring of 1974. And again, I don't think the band were big enough to play it back in the day at that point in time. But it's my dream set list, so they're going to play it, right? So the Royal Albert Hall in London, England, right? That is going to be the setting. So I figure probably like April 1974, Royal Albert Hall. Selling England by the Pound's been out for a couple months. People are totally digging it, right? That album did fairly well for them, right? But here, this is all about that lineup playing the songs that I want to hear. So the band's going to come out. Of course, no surprise here. Watcher of the Skies, right? That Mellotron, that creepy Mellotron opening. The lights are down. Okay, it's totally dark in the Royal Albert Hall. All of a sudden you hear the building and building and building. Before you know it, there they are. Lights come up. The band launches into the classic Watcher of the Skies. Okay, and of course you got Gabriel's got to have the kind of like the bat costume thing going on. It's my dream show. It's what I want to see from there. So they're going to play that great opening track. Okay, then they're going to move into Dancing with the Moonlit Knight. Okay, because got to start throwing some newer songs at the time, right? Got to throw some Selling England by the Pound tracks here. That goes from the spooky, creepy, dark opening track to a little bit more regal and majestic, right? From there, we're going to go all the way back to Trespass for a little Stagnation, right? Got to hit that album a bit on this show, right? From Stagnation, we're going to go to the classic from Nursery Crime, The Musical Box, that little kind of mini epic. So cool, so Genesis, right? From there, we're going to stick on that album for the return of the giant Hogweed. And of course, Gabriel's got to wear more costumes, right? Got to be wearing all sorts of costumes here throughout this. From there, we're going to go to another new track from Selling England by the Pound, the wonderful Firth of Fifth. Blah. Firth of Fifth. Sorry, tongue-tied here this afternoon. Classic track, so melodic. You know, and again, this song and that album, you know, you're really starting to see the progression of them as songwriters. And of course, here you got to have that mercurial, iconic guitar solo from Mr. Hackett and that wonderful synth solo from Mr. Banks. Classic track. From there, we're going to go back to Get 'Em Out by Friday. Of course, you know, we got to hit the Nursery Crime album and the Foxtrot album in this set. Get 'Em Out by Friday, big, rousing, upbeat song, great one to follow Firth of Fifth. After that, we're going to go to the Battle of Epping Forest. Gotta have that. Gotta have that. Another really, really great track. Good, lengthy track. Total 70s British prog, right? From there, we're going to go, again, we're going to kind of take a little step back and we're going to go take a trip to the cinema show. Lovely Peter Gabriel vocals on that, right? From there, it's going to get real epic because, of course, we're going to go to Supper's Ready. Classic track, the epic track from Foxtrot. Big, dramatic, 20 minutes long, peaks and valleys all over the place. After that, we're going to finish up the regular part of the set with a little Fountain of Salmacis. I mean, we got some epic stuff here, right? In this set, Fountain of Salmacis, Supper's Ready, Epping Forest, Musical Box, Dancing with the Moonlit Knight. I mean, Watch of the Skies. I mean, this is all classic early Genesis. And how cool would it be to see all of this in the Royal Albert Hall? Okay, but after the Fountain of Salmacis, you know, all those mellotrons and just great stuff, dramatic, beyond belief. Band's going to go, leave the stage, take their bow, leave the stage. For the encore, they're going to come out, and of course, as they played late in the set in a lot of these early shows, The Knife from Trespass. Okay, big, boisterous, kind of heavy, one of the heaviest tracks they ever did, right? And that's going to kind of just lay waste to everything to end the show. The band bids you all a good night. We'll see you next time, right? Personally, I never got to see that version of Genesis, so this would be something that like I can only dream about. So what a cool way to actually talk about it and visualize it here for the first time in front of all you folks, right? Because I think that's pretty special. So that's my dream set list. Watcher of the Skies, Dancing with the Moonlit Knight, Stagnation, The Musical Box, Return the Giant Hogweed, Firth the Fifth, Get 'Em Out by Friday, The Battle of Epping Forest, The Cinema Show, Supper's Ready, Fountain of Salmacis, and The Knife. Ugh, doesn't get much better than that. That would literally, guys, that would be a dream come true for me. Because I think most of you know how much I love the Gabriel era of Genesis, and I just think that a set with all of that in it would just be so theatrical and dramatic and emotional, and just man, the sounds, all those great passages. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. That's how cool it would be. That's how cool it would be, man. To be able to go back in time and just to see this band back in that era, but to be able to go back in time and say, guys, this is what I want you to play, and then be like, okay, mate, we'll do it. And I'll be like, yes. So curious to see what you guys come up with when it comes to Genesis. I know we're probably going to get some folks who are going to want to hear all those 80s classics, right? And maybe some might want to see them later in the 70s when Collins was out singing, when they were still doing all the prog stuff. Hey, whatever. Maybe you want to just mix it all up. Maybe you want to do a reunion of all of the original guys and kind of play a bit of everything, right? I thought about that at first, but then I was like, but what would I really want to see? As cool as it would be to see, like, you know, Hackett and Gabriel come back to the band for a special show in like 82 or 83, right? So you can play like Mama and Abacab and you know, the stuff from Duke and whatever, plus some early classics. That would be really cool too. But I don't know, man. I'd like to go see the early band when they're still kind of, you know, feeling it all out and still being really adventurous, and Peter wearing the costumes and all that kind of stuff in a, you know, and seeing them in the UK. I mean, that's got to be the way to do it, in a intimate yet historic venue with all these great songs. So yeah, that's it. I got to reiterate it again. Watcher of the Skies, Dancing with the Moonlit Knight, Stagnation, The Musical Box, Return of the Giant Hogweed, Firth the Fifth, Get 'Em Out by Friday, Battle of Epping Forest, The Cinema Show, Supper's Ready, Fountain of Salmacis, and The Knife. Woo! Love it. Anyway, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. So coming up tomorrow morning, once again, and each and every day throughout the month of March, we're going to have another Dream Setlist day for you tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to be pulling out of my hat tomorrow. We'll see. Could be a newer band, could be an older band. I don't know. I literally don't think these out in advance. I basically just wake up in the morning and say, okay, yeah, there we're going. That's the way I'm doing it. So thanks for playing along, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.